Welcome to AlexS Smartphone Tutorials. Today we are changing the whole display from an iPhone 6s. We will also remove the front camera and the front microphone. And now let's get started. So the first step is to remove the both pentalobe screws on the bottom of your iPhone 6s. And I'm still hoping you all understand my English because it's not my mother language. Okay, after you remove the both screws, we need to heat up the display of the iPhone 6s because Apple using glue under the display, double-sided glue. And it's much easier to open the display when we work with heat here. So after the display got this temperature, we can open the display in the corner with a plastic tool or a metal tool. I prefer the metal tool, but you need to be very careful because you can easily scratch your housing here. Remember always to heat the display until you got it removed from the housing. So I speed it up now a little bit because it takes some time to release the display from the housing. As you can see, I'm trying to use a plastic tool or my fingernails. You need to be very careful here. It's easily to break your display. Just always use your heat gun and slowly try to open the display. Especially at the corner where the housing is scratched or broken, it's a little bit harder to release the display, but it is possible. So after you open up the display, just think about only open up to 90 degrees. And now you can remove the 4 screws from the metal plate. You always should to think about to sort your screws, especially these ones. The 2 screws on the right side are the same size. The upper screw is a longer one and the lower screw is a little bit longer than the 2 screws on the right side. So the best way is to sort it. After you remove the screws, you can remove the metal plate. And now we are releasing the flex cable. Also be very careful here. If you are using a metal tool, you can easily damage your logic board. So just work with plastic spatula. And after we removed the display, you can put your phone away. So now we've got 8 screws for the backplate we need to remove. 1 on the bottom, 3 on the right side, 3 on the left side, and 1 on the top. The screw on the top is a new one. The other screws we also have by the iPhone 6, but now we've got another screw on the top. it's screwed from the side. I hope you understand me and know what I mean. So after you remove the screws, we need to cut the little glues. You can also remove the glues, but for me it's easier to cut it, and it looks a little bit better than if we trying to remove the glue from the backplate. Now you can remove the backplate. When you cut the glue from the backplate, just be very careful. On the left side there's a chip underneath where the 3D touch function is built in. So now we can remove the home button. Just 2 screws. Now you can remove the metal plate. On the top we have 3 screws. Underneath this metal plate are the front camera, the front microphone, and then nearby or nearing sensor. I don't know the exact word in English. Now you can remove the metal plate, but be very careful because it is also glued on the LCD, as you can see. Now you can open up the front camera, remove the earpiece. And I'm also removing the holder for the front camera because I'm using refurbished display. If you're buying a new display, the most of them have already this holder. So this step is very dangerous. You can easily crash your nearby sensor, so be very, very careful. And also the holder for the nearby sensor I'm removing. And now you can carefully remove the front microphone. I'm using a small screwdriver for that. So now we are nearly finished. Only the home button we need to remove now. The first step is to remove the flex cable. And now you can remove the home button just with a little bit pressure from the downside, and a small screwdriver you can get it out of the frame or the glass. You should always clean the home button, because if you got pieces of glass there or dust, the home button will not fit in your new display. So now we can build everything back to the new display. The first step is to bring the camera holder back to the glass. I'm using glue for that. You should glue it because your front camera stays perfect in position then. If you don't glue it, the camera can move. At the iPhone 6s it's not so important, but I still do it because the camera is fixed then. Okay, now we put back the holder for the nearby sensor, remove the plastic from the anti-dust mesh, and now we can install the front microphone and the front camera, the flex cable. Just take care, the front microphone has a special position. You can see it, there's a hole in the flex cable and a little piece of plastic in the frame. Now bring back the earpiece. Put the front camera in the hole and bring back the metal plate. Look that everything is in his position, and then you can install the 3 screws back into the frame. Now we need to put back the glue from the metal plate around the display. Take care that the flex cable is on the correct position from your home button. Install it. So now you can install the both screws back. And always think about to test your home button if it's working. You can feel it if it clicks. So the last step to reassemble the display is to bring back the metal plate. And now you can see why I cut the glues on the upper side. It fits perfect. If you remove it and bring it back, then it looks not good. So now the first step is when you're installing the backplate to bring the screws on the left and the right side in. Then you can put the screw on the bottom and on the top in. Now the screw on the bottom. and the last one on the top from the side. Okay, now we are ready to install the display back to your iPhone 6s. We have 3 flex cables to install. Just take care that the flex cables are in the perfect position and making a click. Now you can bring back the metal plate and install the 4 screws. And now we can close the display, starting on the top, and then just click it in the housing. And the last step is to install the 2 pentalobe screws on the bottom. First one and the second one. So I say thank you for watching my video. I hope you all understand my Bavarian English. If you have any questions, just leave a comment. And yeah, that's all. The phone is working. Bye bye.